working to be better every day. You know, kind of practice and then reevaluate. You know, what mistakes we made in practice and stuff like that. Just trying to continue to get better.
Justin Fields getting better every day. What's up, guys? Swift here, covering the Bears' second day of padded practice and covering everything Chicago Bears with daily videos. If you haven't subbed yet, what are you waiting for? Remember to hit that like button for me, and let's get into it. The star of the day was none other than ESB or EQB, whatever you prefer to call him, Equanimous St. Brown. He's had a solid camp so far. Today he had probably his best day, catching multiple big passes and making plays throughout the day. The other two receivers who stood out today were Dante Pettis and N'Keal Harry. Pettis was MIA early in camp, but has made some plays the last couple of days. Same with N'Keal Harry, who really seems to be improving over the last couple days. Him and Fields seem to be building some chemistry, and they are connecting for a couple nice plays a day now. Darnell Mooney and Cole Kmet continue to make plays as well. They seem to be Fields' favorite targets throughout camp. You can see they worked on their chemistry throughout the offseason. Justin Fields has shown steady command of this offense throughout camp. As expected from a team installing a new offense, they have been behind and out of sync at times. That is normal for a team learning a new system, especially with as much roster turnover and young players that we have on the team. There will be struggles. There will be a lot of bumps in the road, but so far the positives have looked very good for me. This looks like an NFL offense at times, which it never really did under the Nagy regime, even when we were winning games. Justin Fields was asked who he has been building the most chemistry with during camp, and he immediately mentioned ESB and how comfortable he is in the offense. He then also mentioned Cole Kmet, Bayless Jones Jr., and Byron Pringle as well. Another quick point on the offense, David Montgomery and even Khalil Herbert have both looked very solid. I haven't spoke about these guys in camp yet, but expect both of them to have big years. And finally, our Tevin Jenkins daily update. He remains out, and Flus did speak about him a little bit today. He said it is 100% an injury situation. It is minor, and he remains day to day, but he is in the building working with a trainer. He didn't comment on the trade rumors, but did specify that it is an injury, and he brought up it possibly being a soft tissue thing. So there is hope that Tev can get back on the field soon. I would love to see it personally. Now on to the defense. Another position that hasn't been talked about too much is the 3 technique. Justin Jones spoke to the media today, and he has been getting all of the first team reps. Jones made a good point in his interview today in more of a 5 technique or frog position for the Chargers, and he says this scheme puts his hand in the dirt and lets him play to his strengths. It's a great point. I noticed it when I did my all-22 breakdown on Jones earlier in the season. I think he could have a solid year. I haven't heard or seen much from Mario Edwards yet, other than he's one of the first guys on the field every day. Another undrafted rookie has been playing well, and that's defensive tackle Micah Dew Treadway. He's been getting most of the work with the 2s at the 3 technique spot. At this point, Micah looks like another solid undrafted rookie with a great shot to make the roster. I will be watching him and all of the rookies closely in next week's first preseason action. As far as the secondary goes, Kyler Gordon has been getting more and more work at the nickel spot. Currently, that puts Kendall Vildor in line to start at the outside. It is to be determined if Gordon would stay on the field when the team brings only 2 corners out. I would expect Kyler to stay on the field. Also, people seem to have forgotten about Thomas Graham Jr. I expect him to compete for that spot once he returns from his hamstring injury. Graham can flat out play, in my opinion. Luce has been impressed with the safety group as well, not just the starters, but he mentioned DeAndre Houston Carson and Elijah Hicks have been playing well too. Dane Cruikshank just made it back off the injury list. Maybe he can make an impression this weekend as well. Going back to the rookies, Jaquan Brisker and Kyler Gordon have been seen making plays all throughout camp. As long as they both stay healthy, I expect both to start off the season as starters. Both of them look like playmakers in the secondary. Braxton Jones, Doug Kramer, and Jatari Carter worked with the first team in pads most of the day today. I'll talk more about the offensive line in just a minute, but let's talk a little bit more about the rookies and how impressive they have been throughout camp. Preston Ebner has been getting work with the second team and has looked extremely impressive catching the ball. Jatari Carter has been alternating between the ones and twos at right guard all camp. Dominique Robinson has been working with the second team and gotten some reps with the ones as well. He has looked impressive. Trenton Gill has locked down that punter spot and shown off his booming kicks throughout camp. As advertised, he doesn't just have a big leg. He angles his punts toward the sideline very well. Elijah Hicks has gotten some time with the second team. Zachary Thomas, who spent time with the ones in minicamp, fallen off and seems to be replaced by Lavicius Simmons on the second team at left guard. Doug Kramer and Braxton Jones have also gotten a lot of reps with the first team. And then undrafted guys, Jonathan Alexander has gotten some work with the second team at safety, and Jack Sanborn has played with the ones at the Sam linebacker spot. And then also Velus Jones Jr. has looked like a legit playmaker throughout camp. He has had a couple drops though. Hope he can work on that. Overall, this rookie class has looked extremely impressive so far. This is what I like to see as I graded out all of these rookies with a lot of potential. Today's O-line featured Braxton Jones at left tackle, Cody Whitehair at left guard, Doug Kramer at center, Jatari Carter at right guard, and Larry Borum at right tackle. No reason to overreact about Riley Reef or Michael Schofield not being with the ones. They're both 10-year vets, and the coaches don't need to see as much out of them. They are learning a lot about Braxton Jones, Larry Borum, and Jatari Carter every day. It was really good to see Doug Kramer getting some more time with the first team. I'm wondering if Zachary Thomas has fallen out of favor because he hasn't sniffed first team reps all camp long. Tomorrow is a day off. Then we return with another padded practice on Friday, then a non-padded on Saturday, followed by another padded practice on Sunday, before they get yet another day off. Blue said that isn't set in stone yet, and they could come back and do pads, and then no pads. Depends on how the guys are feeling, and they will figure that out before Friday. Coach Flus also said the entire first team would play in next week's preseason game versus the Chiefs. He said they don't know how many reps yet, but the starters will be playing. I would expect a few guys to get the day off. Lucas Patrick is obviously out. It's also possible that he will give guys like Robert Quinn, Riley Reef, and Michael Schofield the day off as well, so they can evaluate the younger guys a little bit more. More padded practice to come. If Tevin Jenkins doesn't make it back this weekend, my worry level is going to go way up. Next week's first preseason action is going to be huge. I'll be breaking down every aspect of that game. Stay tuned. Make sure you hit that like button for me. And until next time, bear down.